Welcome to Spiritual Rebirth Tarot. I'm Madelyn. So thank you so much for coming over to the reading today and clicking on the little thing and checking this out. So we are really having a lot of fun growing this channel, starting something new, and hopefully being able to share hope and healing and light to all of those who come to read. So this is going to be a general reading for the collective today, specifically about the energies of this time period from today, November 30th, up until December 14th, where we have the other eclipse. So right now we have the lunar eclipse, and then come, a couple of weeks and we will have the solar eclipse. So during that time, there are going to be a lot of interesting energies, a lot of manifestation, things that we're thinking, coming about. But also, we'll be dealing, I think, with a lot of relationship issues, because I have a feeling that something's going to be a little bogged down. So what I want to do is I want to take a look at the relationships during this time, during this period of time. And then if there are any zodiac signs that come up in the reading, I'm going to go ahead and bring those to a notice for us in the extended. And we'll also look at, the advice, some of our fears, and some of those things in the extended. So as this will move on for us. So I want to start first with a relationship card. So what I'd like to do is I'd like you to think about a relationship in your life that has been especially meaningful to you, challenging to you, or beneficial to you. Just something right now during this time that you would like a little bit more clarity. And go ahead and put your energies into this deck to have a little direction. This is a general reading. However, as you were watching, I'll try to bring out whatever the divine has to say. So some of the things I say will be more meaningful to you during this reading. So let's start by asking for advice and protection from the divine. Okay, so I'd like you to start thinking about a relationship in your life. Okay. So the card that came out is Be Supportive. It's 4 plus 5, which is 9, and it immediately makes me think of Raziel, the archangel, because he has a lot of colors in this. So we're being supportive in this relationship. So the relationship that you're thinking about, one of the things that would help this relationship is support. And it may also have something to do with a secret, because Raziel is the keeper of secrets. And so there may be a secret that's going to be coming out during this next 2 weeks that will be important for this relationship. And secrets aren't always necessarily bad. I mean, they could be Christmas presents. So secrets could be, good, they could be bad. But I think that in this relationship that you're thinking about, you're going to be drawn to a secret that might be helping you in some way, and to be more supportive of this person. So it might be that they'll tell you something, and the most important thing is just to be supportive at that time, no matter what. Make a genuine effort to show that you care. So there are many times that by just showing that little extra care and concern, listening to a person instead of giving them advice, it can make such a big difference. Brené Brown talks a lot about shame, and she talks a lot about friendships and how those friendships help you deal with shame and other hurtful things, and how it's important to have the right friends that will really help you and encourage you. And so kind of feeling that energy here, that truly supportive friend, they'll be able to say the truth, but they'll say it in love. And there is in between them, there is this sword. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a sword that's wrapped up. So there is truth, or no, actually it's a, probably is holding his, arrows. You can see how he has a bow in his hand. That's interesting because this is a Sagittarius time period for these 2 weeks. So this card is definitely pointing you toward, sometimes support is allowing somebody to make a mistake that they need to make so that they will be better prepared to do the right thing in the future. But if we make a mistake now, but we correct it and take care of it for them, or we keep them from making the mistakes that they need to make, then we are doing the work of the divine, and that is not necessarily supportive. It's more controlling or manipulative. So a supportive person comes, they're there for you. They help you in this time, even when you're jumping off of cliffs and going in unusual and different directions, somehow dealing with this secret in their lives. And at the same time as they're doing that, you are there as a supportive friend. And it could also be the other way, that this person will be that supportive person for you. So those are the feelings that I'm getting from this card and the energies here. So what I'd like to do is, as I want to pull a couple of cards. One is you, and one is them, and then there is the things that are known and the things that are not known. And these are some animal cards. Okay. So the underneath energy is the crocodile. And the crocodile really is all about, he's here in the, he's sitting in the water, but he doesn't really care, and it's raining, but he doesn't really care. All of those kind of things just really aren't bothering him or being a problem for him in any way. And he's very patient, has a very patient energy, sitting here waiting quietly for what is going to be and what might happen. And so overall, this relationship that you're thinking about, there's a potential that it's been around for a really long time. It has kind of that ancient feeling, like a crocodile, and kind of that patient, slow, waiting feeling. And yet when the time is there, when the time is right, a very quick motion to catch the prey might be necessary. So it may be overall a relationship that doesn't need a lot. It's not super needy. But right now, this relationship needs a little extra support with some of the things that'll be coming out, kind of the secrets and the things that the person that you're with or you with them will be needing that extra support. But overall, I'm really getting the energies from this relationship that it's been around for a while, and as you've been feeling, you just kind of have a basic patience and it doesn't need a lot to keep itself going. Okay, so the one for you is the golden egg. For them, it's the hawk. For the thing that you know is the tarantula. The thing that you don't know is the crow. So let me pause here. I want to get my book. Okay, so I just want to get an overall feel for the golden egg, because I'm not quite as clear on that one. Each one of the eggs, you know, the mystical creatures in this book, which are the circle in this deck, the circle there, each of the mystical creatures have to do with a different chakra. The golden egg is the message at the center of the heart, the unstruck sound. And so it's dealing with the fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra. The subtle essence of the golden egg is nestled deep within the heart center at the fourth chakra. This chakra, called Anahata, is the home of the self or the soul. By bringing the mind into this center, we discover a portal to the most intimate and luminous space. It is said our inner guide sits there in deep meditation waiting for us. Anahata translate as the unstruck sound. And this is the picture that it has of this inner child inside the egg. So I think what this is telling you during this time frame, these 2 weeks, a lot of the energies that you will be putting out are actually taking care of yourself, finding your inner child, nourishing your inner child, speaking to your inner child, learning how to sing that song, and to have that overflowing in your life, to have that heart chakra opened. And you can study a lot about the different chakras, certainly when you use Reiki, which I have the Reiki attunement. And the nice thing about Reiki, the energies of the symbol, one of the symbols, Shahiki, is both the healing of the heart as well as a protection. And if you think, as you open yourself up, so as this person is opening themselves up to you, you know, and looking for support, the heart, you know, this symbol also gives you that protection, that protective shell, so that you can open yourself up completely, knowing that you are protected at the same time. And so this egg is in the nest. It's very protected. It's very safe. You know, this beautiful golden energy inside you. And that, to me, points to the solar plexus. You know, I'm going to try to get some yellow flowers this week to kind of point toward my solar plexus, and remember to think about having a lot of confidence in my life. And so what this is saying, inside this egg is that is that little baby, that inner self that just wants to play and have fun and coo. And it's such an important part of ourselves to nurture and grow. And part of self-love is learning how to really nurture that little baby inside of us. So from my perspective, the first card, the message that's coming to us in this first card is you are the golden egg this next 2 weeks. You'll be doing a lot of internal searching. So it could be that you are the one that's needing this support and this relationship, and that they'll be there kind of to help you. And let's say you don't have that person or that support. Raziel will be there for you. Just ask for the angels guidance, direction, comfort, and support, and they are happy to be there for you. So for this person in the relationship you're thinking of, the hawk has both the energies of fire and air combined together. And again, this is a time period of Sagittarius, which is the fire. And so this hawk is, you know, flying through the sky. It can see so much more clearly than you can. So for us, things are obstacles. For him, they're opportunities. You know, and looking for that prey, looking for that place to be. I was trying to think about the difference between an eagle and a hawk. And to me, I think of the hawk as being more at home or in one place, having a lot smaller area. And a hawk is something that you can train to go hunt for you, be your eyes and ears for you. It really would be a great benefit and help. So I think this person has the potential to be a real helper for you. And if it's hard to see, you know, try to look from their perspective. You know, they're way up there as the hawk. You know, try to look from their perspective. So the hawk energy is watchful, all-seeing, messenger of divinity. So when you're in balance with a hawk energy, sees clearly, intuitive. So this person may be fairly intuitive. If they aren't exhibiting an intuitive nature, it's because they may be out of balance. They're kind of suspicious or seeing too much. You know, if they're being suspicious of you or things around them, they might be out of balance. And so switching your perspective, seeing things differently, is kind of like the hangman. You know, seeing things from a new perspective. And many times, unfortunately, if we are in the energy of imbalance and not being able to have that intuition and to see clearly, things will come to our, you know, the towers will come to us and help us. So this person, you know, hopefully is somebody who is able to be there for you, as able to be there for the universe and following their intuition and guides. So the thing that is known is the tarantula. So whenever I think of the tarantula, I always think of the tarantula hawk, because they go together. And the tarantula hawk is a kind of a big wasp. And it likes to go sting a tarantula, bury it in a little hole, lay its egg. And the tarantula is alive but frozen in time, and it is used by the tarantula hawk for food, for its egg, for its baby. So we could kind of look at that as being kind of gross. But at the same time, I mean, the tarantula is, the tarantula hawk couldn't live without the tarantula. And I'm sure if we really looked at it, there's probably some things about the tarantula that it really needs the tarantula hawk. You know, it could be that otherwise it doesn't have enough predators, and it needs to be kept under control and not have too many of them. The tarantulas certainly can be, you know, very fun, enjoyable. Another thing that you notice when you look at a spider is the 8 legs. And so the number 8 comes to us, it's that infinity on its side, or, you know, it's standing upright. It has a lot of power and authority, influence. So this relationship may have some kind of a give and take, you know, a symbiosis, or it may have a, you know, a powerful nature, a strong nature. It might even be like a work type situation where you're, you know, in partnership with this person in not as much of a romantic way, but more as a, you know, a real strength and powerful connection. So let's see what the book has to say about a tarantula. At a crossroad, claiming life's purpose. Interesting. So this also has to do with about following intuition. So if this person is fairly intuitive, and they also, your relationship, on the outside shows this following intuition, it may be a fairly powerful, as we were saying, powerful coupling or relationship. So if the opposite is hesitant or over intellectualizes things, and they said the way to overcome that is to journal. And I've been getting the journaling card a lot. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. So it has to do with priority. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. So it could be that there's going to be a big decision in this relationship. And it could be, and because this is the scene card, I mean, if it's a romantic relationship you're thinking about, you could be deciding to move in together. You could be deciding what are you going to do about the holidays. You could be making a pretty major type of decision, like marriage, those kind of things right now. So this major decision that you are starting to make, that's what the tarantula is pointing to. It involves prioritizing life's deep purpose. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. Yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose your life purpose. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul, that already knows that you'll choose wisely. So it's saying that this choice has a lot to do with walking down your path and going into your deeper life's purpose. And an inner voice is telling you to refocus your attention, refocus your energies, and the tarantula is there knowing that you can do that. And so journaling, daily journaling, will really help you on that journey. So the fourth card in relationship to this is the crow. And the crow energy, the thing that you don't know, again has the rainbow. So the crow is holding on to the precious thing, the thing that's really important, and is holding on to that and bringing that into your life and kind of pecking at you, saying, don't forget about this really precious thing that is here. And so this energy of this crow is coming to you and saying, look at the truth, bring things to the light, and also, don't forget about these really important things. So let's see if there's any more messages. These, of course, aren't in alphabetical order. Okay, spiritually strong, creative, and watchful. The crow has long been a symbol of magic. A crow personality is drawn to the supernatural and has a gift for seeing the unseen, knowing the unknown. It is said that the crows hold within its mind's eye the three realities, past, present, and future. Crow energy is potent and should only be tapped into when the mind is clear. Those with the crow tendencies must balance their lives with a healthy diet, joyful friends, and regular self-study. Psychic, strong, clear. You can be hypersensitive, so daily meditation. So the crow is coming and telling you that there are aspects of this relationship that you don't know. Maybe some of the secrets that are coming out have to do with, you know, your I just thought of clairvoyance. You know, it's like there's some kind of energy in this relationship that has to do with a really deep magical sense. And like I said, you know, holding on to onto this sparkly and this thing that is there and is in their relationship, and that is going to come out and into the be seen more directly. And it's important for you to be supportive of each other at this time. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the energies of the tarot to clarify these cards. So the golden egg. Is the Four of Wands. The World upside down and the Four of Swords upside down. So 2 4s. So the golden egg is about you during these 2 weeks. And you will be finding your happy place. You know, things will not be changing like very swiftly, and the healing will be slow. And so really give yourself a lot of patience. So this is what you're moving into, this beautiful, happy place. But addressing this inner child, working with these energies is going to be very slow and not have the changes as swiftly as you would hope for. So I was saying that we would take a look at the zodiacs. The world is kind of more like all of the zodiac signs. So, and with the extended, we can continue the reading, asking more questions if a lot of zodiacs don't come up. Okay, the moon. So some Pisces. The devil, the Capricorn, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so I feel like they're the one that's going to come out with the secret or the change or something to do with this decision that you guys are facing. And I feel like this person that you are connected to, you know, there are secrets that are binding them and keeping them in. They're keeping in the dark, or is keeping them in the dark and keeping them bound. And it's going to take a lot of courage and strength and moving forward. And so you being that supportive person is really going to make a difference for them. So they definitely could be either a Pisces or a Capricorn with these energies. And then that's interesting because the hawk is the fire sign and the air sign. So they certainly have the potential to be anyone. Let's take a look at the tarantula. We have the Star, which is the Aquarius, the Hierophant, which is Taurus, and the Knight of Pentacles. So the thing that is more seen is that part of this decision that you guys are having to make, and that's kind of changing things and directions, and you're having to make a decision based on following your heart, has to do with healing, but also, and it is, like I said before, it's a very slow moving type of relationship. You know, these two cards together, the wish fulfillment and then the government, I just think for some people it's marriage. That, like I said before, that the decision could be based on, you know, moving in together, marriage, going to that next level of commitment. You know, it could also be, you know, having to heal a situation that has to do with money, or kind of like some of those tougher things. But overall, this is going to be a slow moving event during this time. And then let's see the Crow. What tarot is coming out to explain more about Crow. What did I say about zodiacs? It's not coming out. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 already. So when it rains, it pours. And it's like earth, air, earth, and water. Okay, so the Crow, we have the 3 of Swords, the Chariot, which is Cancer, and the King of Swords. Underneath is the 2 of Pentacles. So this secret that's coming out, that's in the dark, is going to cause some heartache and some pain and some discomfort. The way to kind of move past and through the pain is to understand the truth. And we talked about that a little before, you know, understanding the truth, knowing the truth, holding on to the truth. And that's what I was feeling here, the energy of them having the truth between them, holding them, stabilizing as part of their support. So coming out with the secret is going to cause a lot of heartache, but still grasping onto the truth is what's going to make the difference. So I'm not sure who this message is for. I will look at some of the zodiac signs in the extended. If you feel like this is resonating with you and you'd like to have a private reading to kind of bring this out a little clearer, go ahead and schedule that on my Facebook, Spiritual Rebirth Tarot, or the Etsy, Spiritual Rebirth 8, and that's listed in the links on my regular YouTube. So I'd be happy to do a little additional reading for you if you're feeling like you're having a few questions with this relationship, with some of these kind of big things coming up. So the link for the extended is below. Let's take a look at some of these signs, a message from our higher self, things that we are, fears that we are facing, and things like that during this time. So I'll see you at the extended. Go ahead and click the link below, please.